Hi there, I'm Tanya.
And I'm Jason.
And we're from
the Board Game Nook.
Today we're going to talk about Deckhand, Race for Infamy by Batiste Bieler.
It plays 1 to 5, takes 45 minutes, and it's a card drafting pirate-themed battle game. It's coming to crowdfunding this February 2026.
We are pirates in this 45-minute deckhand building game, and the goal, obviously, is to collect victory points.
I like collecting coins, but victory points is fine, I guess.
Yeah, victory through infamy and also stealing a bunch of loot. And it happens over 5 quick turns.
The first thing that you're going to do on a round is you're going to flip over an infamy card. Infamy cards sort of act like endgame scoring objectives. You're going to collect them during the game, but mostly near the end.
Yeah, you are working towards them, but obviously you don't have to get them, or more than likely, you will not be able to get them
right away. And then every round will have 2 phases. It'll have a drafting phase and a build phase. During the drafting phase,
you're given 5 cards.
You're going to pick one, and then you're going to pass it either to your left or your right, depending on the round.
Yeah. So you are trying to draft, obviously with a 2-player game, it's nicer to do this, but you draft that card, give it up until obviously all 5 cards you have chosen.
Yes. Once the drafting phase is over, you're going to go on to the build phase. During the build phase, every single player will pick 1 card simultaneously and place it face down. Then you'll reveal that card and you will build it.
When you build the card on the left-hand side, like this one has a skull and a gem and a gold coin, so I need to obviously find those resources so I can pay for that card.
Now, well, you can pay for resources in 2 different ways. In the top left of every card, it shows a resource that you can then discard this card to gain, so that you can build the card that you're currently producing, or you can discard 2 cards
for any resource.
For any resource,
yeah,
of course. And then, once you built your card, you move on to another building phase.
If you can.
If you can. So everybody then will put down another card to build. Now, as soon as you can't build or don't want to build and you pass, you're out of that build phase. And once everybody at the table has passed, the next round moves on.
You would discard down to 8, and then we draw 5 more cards.
We repeat the whole process. We draft again, and then we build again.
Yeah.
And after 5 rounds, the person with the most victory points wins. So why are we building cards in our Tableau? Well, there's 2 reasons. The first reason is every card that you put into your well, not every card, but a vast majority of the cards will produce a new resource.
That you permanently now have to use to buy other cards throughout the game.
Making them cheaper. So you have the strategy of putting down cards, producing those resources so you can build more cards. That's the first thing. The second reason that we're building, and probably the more important reason, is to produce banners.
Yep.
Now, banners don't give you any actual resources, but they're used to collect the infamy cards at the end. So each infamy card will have an array of different banners. Once you collect the banners indicated on the card, for instance, the 3 paths needs 3 treasure maps.
3 flagships. Well, 3 flags.
Once you have those in your Tableau, you then collect this card, and it gives you victory points. So banners are going to give you the vast majority of your victory points in the game.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 reasons why you're building.
Also, some of these cards can be, well, not like mega powerful, but they also have extra special abilities on them, like battle, or you can look at one of the infamy cards that are down, look at it, you can replace it with the top one if you'd like, because you're like, I don't have the flags for that, which is actually very, very handy in this game.
So, okay, yeah, so let's just go right into strategy. So the strategy, this game is a race. You're only going to have 5 rounds.
Yep.
Now, and once someone has claimed one of these cards, they now have it permanently. So you want to build quickly, but also conservatively. So it's sort of a push and pull of timing.
Yes. Well, and also what you have in your hand. Okay, you as pirates do have this thought that you're going to get this card, but as he's taken cards for me that I definitely wanted. I can no longer pay for that card. I don't have the resources for it. So you do have to try to work towards a goal, but then adjust very quickly.
Very quickly, because this game
do.
ends fast.
Yeah.
And you can have a well thought out strategy, but there are cards that, for instance, let you, like hook cards.
Mm-hmm.
They let you take a card from your opponent.
Which
now,
hurts so bad.
it's random what you take, and you get to give them back one in exchange, but it can be pretty painful.
Yeah.
Something else is cards that you play to your tableau that let you pick up additional cards.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very powerful.
Very, very powerful. I mean, that's been the focal point of a lot of my games. Just make sure you play out those cards, because once you do, you now have more resources. Whether you discard them as a wild resource, or you use them for the resource they produce, etc.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to get more cards. More cards means more actions and more building.
Right. And, do not get attached to your cards, okay? Because just to build this one card, I'm going to need a skull and a gem and a gold coin. So maybe I have a skull, maybe not. So I have to use 2 cards for that. I do have a gem, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm just going to chuck a card because I need a gold coin. So I got rid of all of these just to get that one down.
So your engine's going to start building very slowly, as you're going to have very few cards. And then pick up once you're producing more resources. Now, you don't have to build every round either.
Nope.
And this comes back to the timing factor.
His cards, and then he makes sure that he has all the resources that he has, so he can build like 3 cards in a row, where I'm just trying to build 1 card.
When you build at the end of, when you discard cards, it's at the end of the round.
Yeah.
And you discard down to 8. Which means you could potentially go into the next phase of the building phase with 13 cards to start.
Yep.
Which can lead to a very big turn. So it means that while opponents are trying to watch what you're doing, if you're hoarding all those cards, they don't necessarily know what you're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, at the same time, you're giving up the race aspect.
And you don't have those resources. You didn't put them down.
Exactly. Right? So if Tanya's playing her cards as she gets them, she's collecting the banners immediately. So if I wait and I play down 1 card and then another one and another one, she might be able to get the Infamy cards first, giving her an advantage. And there are quite a few good Infamy cards. Like some let you draw more cards. Yep. Some let you... and this is also an important strategic factor. Some of these cards have a telescope.
Yeah,
telescope.
What are those things called? We're terrible pirates.
The thing that pirates look through for a distance.
Eyeglass?
Yeah,
it's called an eyeglass.
Sure. So some cards have an eyeglass on them, which lets you look at one of the Infamy cards in the row, and then exchange it for the top one if you wish.
Because again, sometimes you just don't have the cards, and because you're drafting with other people, they don't give you what you need. And so, if you don't have the flags, you don't have them. Super powerful move to be able to switch them out.
Exactly. And also, you can also look at like the 5th round and spend your entire game building towards that. Another sort of important point about the Infamy cards is there are only 12 of them.
Yeah.
Which means that in any given game, you're going to see 40% of the cards. And you may see more, which means that if you know the Infamy deck, you can gamble.
Pre-plan. No,
I'm saying gamble. Yeah. You could be like, okay, odds are, or there's a 40% chance that this card will come up eventually.
Who does that?
And
crazy people? Are you crazy?
So it can help you get like the higher scores in this game. I mean, but it is, again, a gamble. You could gamble at it not show up and lose completely.
And this changes entirely depending on how many people are playing this game. If there's 2 people playing, then obviously...
Well, Tanya's hinting at this fact. We didn't say this, but at the beginning of the game, everyone is given 1 Infamy card in their hand.
Yeah. Now,
this Infamy card can be spent in lieu of 2 coins or 1 silver coin and 1 gold coin. And when you spend it, you have two options. You put it on the bottom of the Infamy deck, or you can put it into the Infamy row, upside down, at any round you want.
Yeah.
So this means 2 things. one, you have hidden information. You know that card's coming up. Or two, you get rid of it and you know that card will never come up. So you can build towards something or avoid building towards something. And
this is the push and pull of if you have 2 people or if you have 4.
Yes.
You have a lot less control if there's 4 people playing. Jason will spew off some stats for you now.
If there's 4 players, it can happen like it did in one of our games where in the 5th round, we flip over the one Infamy card, but every other player in the game put their Infamy card in that row, which meant in the final round, there were 4 Infamy cards up for grabs, which it's a crazy amount because it just gets flipped and everyone's grabbing and going.
And
so,
you're only getting those cards if you're putting flags down. How are you putting flags down? Is if you have the resources to play it. How do you have the resources? Is it the cards in your hand? And because this is a drafting game with 4 people, I look at 5 cards. I got to pick one. I'm going to pass it down the line.
And, which means, okay, let's just player count. It's
stats. Go.
Solo game. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just up your score. Your opponent plays randomly, so you never know what they're going to take. In a 4-player game, because it's drafting, you're never going to see the cards again. You're going to take the one you want most, and then you're going to get left with one. It means there's very little strategy about how you draft. How you draft personally.
Yep.
So you're not building for yourself. You're building either to prevent
the tone changes.
Yes,
you guys.
The tone of the game changes. Yeah, it's more hate drafting. Like I will pull cards that I know you're looking for as it's going around.
Yep.
Whereas in a 2-player game, it's much more strategic.
I was just I want this card, this card, this card. It's
you can create an engine.
Different vibe. Yep.
And that's not the case in 4 players. And in 3 players, it's sort of like an in-between of those 2 things. So the game can go from highly strategic planning to sort of highly...
It blows up all in your face and you just do what you can.
It's more of a take that sort of experience, but both are good for different reasons.
Did we cover everything? I'm pretty sure we covered most things in this game.
Yes, I think so.
All right, guys. So how do we feel about this game and who is it for? Listen, Batiste, for you, I played this game. Okay, I did this because I do not like deck building card games with Jason. Okay, I do not like it. He is the master of deck building. He grew up with Magic and all that kind of stuff. I played it for you and for our audience, and you're welcome. Secondly, it's all about pirates, and I did love the theme of the pirate. I loved that you're not just, I need this for that, and that for this, and this for that. I felt like a pirate. I felt like I'm looting gold, and I have a parrot, and I have hidden rum stashes that now, because I have a stash, I can use it to pay for other cards. I did feel like you're battling other people, but it's not too severe. And then also stealing from, I have cards that I'm going to pay for this one, and I have these ones that I'm going to pay for that one later, and I have everything going of what I scrambled for, what I fought for, and then Jason gets a hook, and he just takes one of my hard-earned cards.
There's the link of the chain,
and gives me one
broken,
totally useless, and that enraged me, and I love that.
This game, who is it for? Well, if you like drafting, it's probably for you.
Yep.
If you're looking for if you don't mind drafting and you're more of a theme person and you like pirates, then that's probably
It is simple enough. It is not a crazy game to understand. It's a interestingly crazy game to try to...
there's very little
grok?
going on.
Is that a
yes,
word?
grok
That's
is the word.
Yes. I used a word.
Sometimes during the game, you would have, I had 13 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
And that is keeping track of this hand and keeping track of this hand and figuring out, okay, what can I build? How do I do the combos? And how do I place out my cards? Mm-hmm. For a very simplistic rule set, it has a hidden complexity to it, which is nice for replayability and discovery. Not like you play the game once, you've seen everything,
yeah.
but you discover little hidden tricks to help you increase your score.
And if you love deck building games, then like again, I was practically obliterated because Jason loves these kind of games, and you just learn to when to pause and wait, and when to hit people with everything that they have. And I am not that person. I'm just like, okay, so I have this for that and this for that, and I'll pay for this for that. And now I have no cards, and Jason has 13 cards, and you know, so
it's a timing thing.
Yeah.
Again, like one of the, I'm going to start by saying this. My first solo game, I didn't even rank above the first level.
Mm-hmm.
And then our first few games were abysmal scoring.
Yeah. We're not going to tell you what the scores were. Yeah. I'm just going to put it out there.
That it wasn't good.
I felt not so happy with my brain.
Near the in the last few games that we played, our scores were significantly higher, which meant that we had learned different tips and tricks to increase our scores, but we were nowhere near the ceiling. We're like in the rule book, they have different ratings, and we're at like the mid-range point. Yeah,
which means are places to go, and they are up, people.
Which luck will play a factor in that sort of thing, and card knowledge. But for instance, in my last game, I came across just a little trick. For battle cards, they always happen in the next build section. So if you place down a battle card, it means that the next card you build against all the other players
is the one that's compared to all the other players building their cards.
So, and if you win, you get a card back. And it doesn't seem like much, but when you play that attack card is important, because if I play it when you can't build, I know I'm going to get a free card. Right. Now, this dynamic is easy to exploit in 2 players for a few extra cards, which could make or break like the game, the end game
scoring. Yeah.
In 4 players, it's a little harder to do that, but again, that's something we discovered in the last playthrough that we did. So I would say that this game has like a low ceiling, a low barrier to entry, but possibly a much higher ceiling to get good at it.
Yeah, we would play this again. We would whip it out for just like a quick 45-minute game.
Super small.
And yes, you have seen probably all of the cards, especially the Infamy cards. Doesn't matter. It's still, it's not like you're bored with the game, because there's so many of the
and your brain
cards
hurts. Like I don't know. It was hard looking at so many cards. I think maybe next time.
Don't play this game when you're tired. Analysis paralysis. I was about to go all pirate on him and just punch him in the face. Okay, so here's the thing. This game, lovely. The artwork is amazing. The strategy, fantastic. It's got many layers to it. Easy to understand, easy to comprehend. And yes, those are our final thoughts. Yes.
If that sounds appealing to you, remember the game is coming to crowdfunding February 2026, and I hope you enjoyed.
That's right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Bye for now.
Hi there, I'm Tanya.
And I'm Jason.
And we're from
the Board Game Nook.
Today we're going to talk about...
Go back.
Why?
Because I went off camera.
Hi!
Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, it's because we're keeping in square.